What's good, y'all? What's good? Appreciate you all for tapping in on another live stream here on the Passive Income Network. Again, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And for those who don't know, my name is C. Will, and we about to get it in today. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about three blockchains that will disrupt the $1 trillion banking industry. And let's point out a few things before we get started, right? So the total US stock market is 62 trillion. The total US GDP, that's the gross domestic product, 29 trillion. Then we have 28.6 trillion in treasuries already there. And that's a whole lot of money, that will be essentially moved all around the world. A lot of it eventually will be tokenized. And we know the banks, the Federal Reserve, the 12 banks that they work with all around the country in the United States. You got the JP Morgans, you got the Morgan Stanleys, you got the Goldman Sachs, you got the Citibanks, and a whole list of other banks. They're all looking at crypto right now. We just got a big announcement. Coinbase has been added to the S&P 500. We know BlackRock is all into crypto now. Jamie Dimon is slowly, taking his hate and letting it all go. So 3 blockchains, y'all. 3 blockchains that I see will disrupt the industry, will help change the industry, evolve the industry. And let's start talking about these 3 blockchains. The first one that we're going to go into is Algorand. A little info about Algorand for those who know and don't know. Algorand offers lightning fast, secure, and carbon negative blockchain solutions ideal for central bank digital currencies and global payments. A lot of good updates that have just happened, and one of them went live today. We'll discuss that. And then the second blockchain that will disrupt the industry, XRP. Ripple is already partnering with major banks to transform cross-border transactions using its XRP-powered liquidity solutions. I know some of y'all have heard of RLUSD, right? And then the third one that we're talking about is Ondo Finance. They dropped the Ondo chain, is coming mostly for the back end for big institutions, but Ondo Finance is bridging traditional finance and DeFi, tokenizing real world assets like US Treasuries on chain. That's some fire stuff right there. Before we begin breaking down all the new stuff that's happening, let's play some music as everyone else joins the chat. All the scenery, trees and greenery, cryptocurrency, stake my currency first to the research, deep dive feet first on the beat, berserk on the block we work. Grown man, big world, tiny man. Big bags, 100 grand rubber band. Life of blockchain never be the same. Verify the ownership, change the game. Transparency when I'm talking fame. Tokenizing our mind and our brain. When I step a pool, I get an LP. Impermanent loss won't affect me. Passive income, passive income, passive income. Gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple. We getting all this money to purchase rentals and get passive income. A neighborhood hero who started from zero, researching the crypto and teaching his people. Collecting some euro in Europe for crypto, spending that dinero on chain with Circo. On chain money market, on folks where I park it. USDC for profit, crypto still popping. All right, y'all, we back. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment and say what's good, and definitely say hello in the chat. All right, the first blockchain that will disrupt the banking industry is Algorand. Algorand, the fast, secure, carbon neutral, easy to build blockchain with that launching of AlgoKit and Node rewards. Now let's talk about it. The big thing that has happened today is the Parrot Wallet debit card is now live. And I just made a video that did a full breakdown yesterday. Make sure you go check that out. The only card in crypto with real-time on-chain balance tracking and the ability to withdraw and deposit anytime. No fee sign up, no yearly fee, online and offline payments. Experience the power of Algorand every day, everywhere you go. Spend wherever MasterCard is accepted. Powered by Immersive. And then what you got here is users in the UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, and New Zealand. Get your card today with the link below. So let's check this little promo out right here. Error card is here. Pay with crypto. Anywhere MasterCard is accepted. Get an instant on-chain settlement only on Algorand. So pretty dope. And we've seen the breakdown of this. It's like you're spending, and then the money goes directly from your Para wallet to pay for whatever it is that you just purchased. There are other cards out there, but they have load features where you have to load the card to be able to spend it. And I have used one of those cards. It is still pretty neat, but this one here sounds even more extraordinary, in my opinion. So then you got Para makes the post. They're talking about the same thing, but they say it in their own way. Para Wallet, the main wallet of the Algorand blockchain, the one that I use, and that's the one I always recommend for new people who are tapping in with crypto, especially if they're using Algorand. Experience decentralized spending anywhere. We are thrilled to announce the beta launch of the Para Debit MasterCard, a groundbreaking feature that bridges the gap between your digital assets and everyday spending. Users from Germany, Italy, Spain, New Zealand are the first countries to launch, with more countries coming later this year. So definitely the US people, we all ready for it. This isn't just another crypto card. It's a seamless, instant, and secure off-ramp that showcases the power of Algorand's technology. Check the links. And then so this is what it looks like when you in the store. Your average crypto payment, you walk into the store, looking in your bag for the change. That's not what you're trying to use. You're like, okay, she like, the clock is ticking, right? They're like, where my money at? And then you go, hold up. I got you. You pull out your debit card. It's right on the phone. It's debit directly from your wallet. And again, that's what is slowly being displayed in this video. And this is very similar to the commercial that they dropped a while ago with, Scaramucci and all of the other people that was in the Algorand community. This is it in real time, and that's what's cool about it right here. So some powerful stuff that's happening. All right. And then the next big news from Algorand, which I think this is another power move to put itself in position. You drop debit card, you have great decentralization, everyone's running nodes, they're earning rewards, and now they are working on getting themselves to Washington, D.C., so that they can lobby for the future of blockchain, crypto, and Algorand. So here's the post. Exciting news for the Algorand community. Jenny Levin joins as Chief Legal and Operations Officer, bringing top-tier regulatory expertise, extensive U.S. policy experience, and strong connections in Washington, D.C. Jenny will lead our legal and policy initiatives to ensure Algorand plays a constructive role in shaping the future of responsible blockchain regulation. So here it is. Jeannie is in the game now. Jeannie Levin joins the Algorand Foundation as Chief Legal and Operations Officer. Pretty dope. So she joins from Figment. That's a blockchain company. So she got experience. She's a former assistant U.S. attorney and will lead legal and policy initiatives to ensure Algorand plays a constructive role in shaping the future of blockchain tech. There we go. Smart play, smart move by Algorand to have people pull up to DC. People been asking about it, and here they are making it happen. So we've seen the transparency report a little while ago, a lot of money being spent. But again, I think this is one of those hires that is a higher thought great use of funds if you're going to send somebody to DC to work them streets. There we go. So I like that. So that's the first blockchain that I believe, and we're slowly seeing it, will disrupt the banking industry. It's fast, it's smooth, it can compete against Visa, it is leveraging MasterCard. So now, as an on ramp, you go straight through Coinbase. Let's say if you're in the US, purchase via like a wire, bank deposit, go to Coinbase. You purchase USDC, which I think is free on there because it's USDC. Then you take the USDC, send it to Algorand, make your trades, do whatever you want to do. And then, or you can take your profits, put them back in USDC on the blockchain, go to the store, spend and swipe. You never have to go back the other direction. Now you're all the way in and all the way out. That's pretty dope. All right. And then the next blockchain, which is obviously a fan favorite, is Ripple XRP. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what Ripple XRP is doing. We're going to dive directly into the juiciness. So here we go. Dubai Media Office. They made a post right here. Ahmed bin Saeed meets with global finance industry leaders participating in the Dubai FinTech Summit 2025. The meeting explored opportunities for collaboration and expanding digital payment infrastructure and accelerating innovation across financial ecosystems. So here we are. Ripple, XRP, XRPL Ledger with the RLUSD. They out in Dubai making moves. And we know that Ripple has got proper regulation in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, to do their regulated licensings for brokerage, banking, payments, and all that type of stuff. So they out here continuously making deals and making moves. And then obviously the big thing that Ripple has been pushing and using more than anything is RLUSD. So use as collateral integrated into global payments trusted by institutions. RLUSD is a bridge between traditional finance and crypto. Then they have the article of how stable coins is changing the game. And what's important here is that for those XRP, fans, they're always like, well, they're not using XRP, but the truth is XRP is the gas token. And as the gas token, we've seen that there's always a supply and demand, even if it's cheap. That's what it seems like. So they put out these nice articles, financial institutions unlocking institutional DeFi, and then a breakdown here for banks, asset managers, and hedge funds. Stablecoins offer an efficient on-ramp to decentralized finance without compromising or compliance or performance. RLUSD, built on XRP Ledger, acts as a trusted, regulated stablecoin that institutions can use to post collateral, settle trades, and unlock liquidity across blockchain platforms. So collateral, that's backing something, settling trades. We use the fiat dollar. They're going to use the digital RLSUD, and then liquidity for the platforms. And remember, the big thing they also did was they purchased Hidden Road, which is a brokerage firm that does Forex, derivatives, digital asset tradings there. And then you got obviously cross-border payments out there in Brazil making moves between Brazil and Portugal. And then they got the Ondo yields with the treasuries that they're also working with. So they got a lot of different partnerships that are popping off for the Ripple fam out there. So they're working on it, better digital bank. And I expect more things will happen. Remember, they did try to purchase Circle. So they try to dominate USDC with a $5 billion offer. Circle, I think, smart was to deny that offer. Not enough money, too much potential out there. However, they're cozying up with Tether. So they're trying to make stuff happen regardless. Regardless, they're trying to make stuff happen. So I see you, Ripple. I see you. And then we have Ripple here with another one. Showing up matters. In 1 minute, Lauren Ripple's global co-head of policy explains why proactive engagement and education with regulators and policymakers in Washington, D.C. and globally is essential to building a smart, responsible framework for crypto innovation. So let's check this out. I think, again, this is what Algorand and a few of the chains we're talking about today is doing. So let's check.
I feel good. I'm ready. I'm an athlete. So let's do this thing. Hi, I'm Lauren Beliv, and this is Crypto in a Minute. It all comes down to my favorite quote from the West Wing. Decisions are made by those who show up. And in 2024, Ripple showed up. It was the Biden administration, and we were under Gary Gensler's reign of terror, where he issued over 100 different enforcement actions across the crypto industry. That is not regular order. So Ripple decided to really invest its time and energy in the political process, working tirelessly to educate bipartisan members on our technology and our work around consumer protection. We went to the DNC, we invested into the RNC, and we participated throughout the campaign cycle. And now we have the most pro-crypto Congress, as well as a pro-crypto president. We attended the inauguration along with the inaugural White House Crypto Summit. We are working with Congress as it puts pen to paper on bipartisan legislation that will define the next 100 years of our industry. And we are excited about all the potential that there is to come. Boom. How was that?
You did a pretty decent job, lady. You did a pretty decent job. So good. Shout out to you. But here we are. So she just broke it down. They lobbied in the United States. You can lobby, send a lawyer out there, pat a few people's pockets, win a few favors. They'll change some laws for you, change public opinion about things, sign it in the books. That benefits your business, right? And if you're doing it right, it benefits your users, and that's what people want. And that's smart. And obviously, with that focus of stablecoin regulation, the RLUSD is now spreading everywhere. It's a newer stablecoin backed by Ripple, and they're on Kraken. They're dropping on a whole bunch of different exchanges and platforms, making sure that is widely spread out. AIA, what's good, fam? What's good? Okay, now the third blockchain on the list of banking disruption, right? This one is Ondo Finance. Ondo Finance. Ondo Finance. Here we go. So this right here is a breakdown of what I kind of was talking about at the beginning of this stream. The future of capital markets won't be built on old infrastructure. Over 90 trillion in value exists in US stocks and treasuries, yet only a fraction of that value is accessible on chain. Ondo is building the infrastructure to change that. So obviously you got Ondo 1 billion TVL, then you got 6 billion of tokenized T-bill market size, 28 trillion of treasuries, 29 trillion of the GDP US, and 62 trillion of the US stocks. That's big, that's massive, and it's happening on Ondo right now. And then Ondo said, listen, we got something even more big for y'all, right? We got something more big. They popped up with us. They hit us with this. So Kinix by JP Morgan's JP Morgan company product, Ondo Finance and Chainlink. So you got a bank, the blockchain, and the Oracle are teaming up to connect bank settlement infrastructure to Ondo chain. Today, we are excited to announce the debut transaction of Ondo chain testnet, a cross-chain atomic DVP settlements of OUSG. Remember, they have the treasury yields, right? Those are those things that be paying 5% out, 4% out. This milestone marks the first use of Ondo chain's infrastructure in a first of its kind cross-chain atomic delivery versus payment settlement of tokenized assets. That's the OUSG between Kinect's digital payments permissioned blockchain network and that layer one blockchain, Ondo chain, via Chainlink's cross-chain orchestration infrastructure. Three big winners there: the bank, the blockchain, and the Oracle. Ondo chain, our next generation blockchain, purpose-built to scale the tokenization of RWAs, combines the openness of public blockchains with the compliance and security standards required by institutions layering the foundation of institutional grade financial markets to move on chain. So right there, they're making it happen. And then you got more details about what's going on. Essentially, again, the powers that be is like, we're going to tap in with the blockchain. So they're taking this public private stuff and then they moving it forward right there. Let's go. Seems like institutions want the blockchains, but not really the tokens. Facts. I'm noticing that as well. They want the technology, but they don't really want the consumer token. However, we know these blockchains have gas fees to move the assets. And if you keep them cheap, you don't need as many as one would think. But yeah. So that's something that we all have to be cautious about, is that they want the technology, they want the infrastructure, they want the blockchain, but not necessarily the token. We have to make sure that we see what's going to happen so that way we can make our bags out of the whole situation. And isn't Ondo a brand new blockchain? Yes, the token originally launched on Ethereum, but I believe there's going to be some migration to its own chain, Ondo chain. So yes, definitely, that's what's happening, y'all. That is definitely what's happening. All right, and then you got this here. Ondo chain powers first cross chain DVP dynamic, transactions with connects JP Morgan. So that's the deeper write up of what's happening. Again, banking wise, like a stock, JP Morgan's been great. Chainlink as an Oracle has been great. Ondo is newer, but they did it. They did it right here. So this is what I wanted to show y'all. By securely and thoughtfully connecting our institutional payment solution with both external public and private blockchain infrastructure seamlessly, we can offer our clients in the broader financial ecosystem a wider range of benefits and scalable solutions for settling transactions. The demonstrated cross-chain solution is a testament to what can be achieved through strong collaboration across diverse segments of the Web3 ecosystem. We are pleased to have worked with Ondo and Chainlink to bring this to life as the first transaction to the Ondo chain testnet. We will see a lot more of this happening over time. All right, now I want to show y'all this right here. Oh, this one, excuse me. And then this is another company that PayPal, working with the blockchain, Ondo in particular. All right, so here we go. 24/7 conversions between PayPal, which is the PayPal's USD, that's their dollar, and OUSG is now live. Investors can seamlessly convert in and out of Ondo's OUSG with PayPal USD, enhancing redemption liquidity and expanding the utility of PayPal USD as liquidity source for RWAs. So let me break this down for y'all. What this means is, if you're getting the stable coin, right, especially outside the US, you got your PayPal USD. You can go from the PayPal USD to a treasury yield and earn 4.1%, I believe, at the time. And then you can easily 24/7 go back and forth. You don't have to necessarily wait for different clearings and redemptions. So you can go from PayPal directly to the OUSG and earn 4.08%. And since it's instant, you can go back and forth at will. And in the past, right, you would easily, or excuse me, not easily, more difficult, you have to wait until, Monday happened. What if you want to do this over the weekend? You would then also have to worry about it being cleared and dealing with all of that. With this blockchain instant finality infrastructure, you can go back and forth. So if you need to go put your bag up there, earn 4%, but you need the money right now, you can hop in and out, mint and redemption. So it's pretty dope. I may be wrong, but it seems that central banks need a lot of confidence and time to trust a blockchain or move to a new technology. I'm not surprised Banque de France tests Ripple for Euro CBDC. Agreed. Yeah, they do, because once these institutions move forward, they're not going back. This is I move forward. So what they say, measure twice, cut once. that's the whole plan that institutions tap into, right? All right. And then let me see. Let me show you this right here. And this is the final thing I got to show you for about Ondo right here. So we got the CEO talking that stuff right here. So let me show you what he say. It's a nice quick clip right here.
Yeah, I mean, historically, we've had to focus our efforts outside of the U.S. The majority of our products are Reg S securities, so they're not distributed in the United States. We're collaborating with the new administration. We met with the SEC's crypto task force, which has been, very forward-leading and engaging with the industry, and hoping to be able to bring, more tokenized products to the U.S. in the future. And we're very optimistic on, our ability and the industry's ability to do that.
Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. So if you caught that, what the CEO is saying is the product, obviously, if you go look at the website, it is not for US, it's for institutions and for people outside. So you got all the people outside the US able to tap into our markets via Ondo. And he's working on, along with, we've seen Algorand, along with Ripple, Chainlink, and a whole bunch of others, is to let all these products for the everyday investor like ourselves as well. So you have more options and more ways to use your liquidity, earn some yields, and they let the money keep flowing and navigating. And if you are savvy enough, you can eat off of all of this as well. So that's what's happening here. So again, the 3 blockchains that will disrupt the $1 trillion banking industry. We got Algorand, they got the payment infrastructure. You got Ripple, they are doing settlements with their stable coin. And then you have Ondo Finance tokenizing treasury yields and bonds and eventually stocks. So that's what's happening, y'all. The 3 blockchains disrupting the industry. So make sure y'all tap in with me on the Passive Income Network. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and pay attention to these 3 blockchains that I talked about: Algorand, Ripple, and Ondo Finance. Again, till the next time, y'all. Appreciate you for tapping in. Any questions, leave them in the comments of the chat, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Peace.